The number of children diagnosed with ADHD has increased greatly over the past 20 years. Researchers found the number of children diagnosed with ADHD rose from about 6% to 10% between 1997 and 2016. ADHD is characterized by symptoms of inattention, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. The doctors say that some children struggle with some of these symptoms, but others don't, while others struggle with all of them.
I want to take you on a ride back to the 1990s, a time when flannel was king, dial-up internet screeching like a banshee, and something sinister was brewing in America's classrooms. See, the New York Times has just dropped another one of their sanctimonious thought pieces, but they're tiptoeing finally around the truth about A.D.H.D, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Well, I'm not here to whisper half-truths. I'm here to rip the bandage off and expose the scam that robbed a generation of young boys of their spirit, of their fire, and of their God-given energy. And if Make America Healthy Again means anything, it's not just about clean water or organic kale. It's about stopping the war on our kids, and especially the war on young boys. You see, back in the 90s, doctors, those white-coated high priests of the medical cartel, decided that little boys, our boys, were a problem. Why? Because they were bored out of their skulls in school. Picture it. Johnny's tapping his pencil, staring out the window, dreaming of building forts or slaying dragons. He's not sick. He's not broken. He's a boy. He's wired to move, to explore, to challenge the world. But the system didn't see a future warrior. They saw a deficit, a disorder. So what did they do? They slapped a label on him, ADHD, and shoved pills down his throat. Ritalin, Adderall, you name it. Chemical handcuffs for millions of kids who dared to wiggle in their chairs. Look, I'm not a doctor, but you don't need to be. I'm a father. This isn't about stethoscopes. It's about common sense. Those quacks were not healing kids. They were doping them into submission. Why? Of course, follow the money. Big Pharma rakes in billions, and they turned our classrooms into their personal petri dishes. Schools got quieter, but sure, at what cost? We traded creativity for compliance, energy for apathy. Boys who could have been inventors, builders, heroes, they're dulled, numbed, turned into zombies, so their teachers wouldn't have to deal with a little chaos or, oh, God forbid, actually have to work to reach the kids. And now, of course, the New York Times is spinning all of it as complex medical health care. Give me a break. This was a massacre of the American spirit. So let's talk about the doctors. Oh, they'll tell you they were the experts. They were following science. Science, that's just a fancy word for dogma when it's bought and paid for. These so-called experts didn't ask why boys were bored. They didn't question a school system that was crushing curiosity with rote memorization and the one-size-fits-all desks. No, they're reaching for the prescription pad faster than you can say stock options. They betrayed parents. They betrayed kids. They told moms and dads, your son's broken, but don't worry, we've got a pill for that. And parents, of course, trusted them, because who wouldn't trust a doctor? Well, look at all their degrees. They're right up there on the wall. That trust was weaponized, folks. It was weaponized against our own children. Doing the same thing, by the way, when they're transing the other kids. MAGA is about waking up to the nonsense. It's about saying enough is enough. We're not going back to the days when every fidget was a diagnosis, every spark of defiance was a disease. Our boys weren't sick, they were alive. Schools were failing them, not the other way around. You want to fix ADHD? Try fixing education. Let kids run, build, create. Stop warehousing them in soul-crushing classrooms and expect them to sit still for 6 hours. Stop letting drug companies write the playbook for childhood. Yeah, those doctors, they owe us an apology. They owe a generation of men who grew up wondering why they felt foggy, why their fire was snuffed out, an explanation. But don't hold your breath. The medical cartel, they don't admit mistakes. They just double down, and the New York Times cheers them on, and they'll write a piece off like this and say, oh, on to the next one. Yeah, well, not on our watch. We're taking back our health, our kids, our future. No more pills for boredom. No more labels for being human. It's time to let boys be boys again. Wild, free, unstoppable. That's the MAGA way. That is the American way. So stand up, fight back, demand better for your kids.